Another good episode of Wizard Barristers. What? Oh, okay, so what am I watching? Honestly, this series is supposed to be bad, but somehow it's actually telling a decent plot. Well, even though it's telling a good plot this episode, and last episode, I'm not going to say this anime is epic, and I'm not going to say it's the best anime of the season, or let alone even close to it. I would probably say this is probably the best 2 episodes of this series so far I've seen. Now, really, this episode, even though it was good, it wasn't the best. It did have some form of fan service that was just distracting and unimportant at all. And it did have some, just the gags we've seen over and over between the characters. But let's get on to the topic of what this main episode is about. We finally get on to the true, actual story of what Wizard Barristers should have been about a long time ago. Instead of these episodic episodes, we're finally getting on to the real beef of the actual story. We're finding out more stuff about the mystery behind Cecily's mother's case, finding out exactly what happened in her case, and we get an actual confirmation that Cecily died in the past in that date, and so this is pretty much obvious. If we watched the last episode, we all pretty much knew that Cecily died in some form or point or fashion at that time, but this confirms it. Now we know Cecily died, and exactly how the hell is she alive, I don't know. We also find out in this episode that the evil organization of this series is trying to summon Lucifer. Okay, so I actually was taken back by that entire revelation of this episode. I was like, trying to summon Lucifer? What the hell? So, I don't know exactly what they're trying to do. Are they trying to summon, like, some form of, like, CGI robot monster that's called Lucifer? Are they trying to summon actual Lucifer? Are they trying to summon a different person? I don't know. But whatever it is, I'm very interested, actually, to find out exactly who this Lucifer is, and I wonder how the plot is going to actually put this that's going to be coherent for all of us. The animation seems to be a little bit better in this episode. It was a lot better than previous episodes, and I'm starting to warm up to the factor of Cecily's entire art style of her face. I don't know. Maybe it's just because, as some people have been saying, I'm a big M because I'm watching this series, but I feel like I'm slowly getting more, I guess, adapted to her face, and I'm starting to be able to deal with it a lot more. I still have my bad vibes about Moyo, the person that can manipulate time, because I think she's just sending me off bad, evil vibes, and she reminds me a lot of that childhood friend that Cecily was friends with, the boy in the picture. She reminds me a lot of that person, so I think either Moyo's the sister of that person, or somehow the actual boy got a sex change. I don't know, but whatever it was, I felt like this episode was enjoyable to the very least. Now, one thing I have been ignoring this entire aspect of all my reviews of this series is the prejudice in this series. What is with all the prejudice against wizards, okay? Yes, people always want more power, and people want the power someone else doesn't have, but man, the damn prejudice is awful. This is downright freaking awful. The way they don't want, like a Wood or a wizard inside the government official, and we get to see people just downright, like, spitting on wizards just because of they don't care for them to be in the government, and they think all humanity has been lost if they let, like, some other creature get into the government. Wizards are people too. They need to learn this. That is downright fucking prejudice, and that is awful. That is a bad freaking thing. No wonder wizards are killing people. Think about this. If you're going to do senseless prejudice against someone else that is pretty much a human, just has supernatural powers, they're going to be pissed off. Someone's eventually going on a rampage and start killing people. That's exactly what I see, and that's pretty much what we're getting. Maybe the entire evil organization is trying to change these things and try to actually make it to where regular humans can understand the Wuds, the actual wizards, of how they are, and actually understand they have feelings too, and they're not just, unhuman creatures. Tell me your feelings on this, everybody. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you hate this episode? And do you think this anime is getting a lot better? Do you think it's going to just turn into a train wreck? Y'all have a wonderful day now. Wherever you live, please stay safe. Chibi out.